122 dreams are still alive. Each is unique. Each has a story to tell. But two of them are forever linked together.
Go get them.
They are the brothers Mizrachi, Michael and Robert. They kick-started this World Series at the Players' Championship final table.
Brother takes out brother.
Michael showed no mercy during his historic victory. Now, once again, they have defied all odds.
Team is rocking.
Can the brothers duplicate their feat by doing the unthinkable at the main event? Why not? Just 122 players remain.
Whoa!
Tonight at the World Series of Poker.
Very cool.
Everyone, I'm Lon McCarran with Norman Chad. Welcome to the World Series of Poker main event presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Day 6 of the World Championship continues. Just 122 players remain.
I'm not Boston Rob. That was another survivor.
Jean-Robert Ballon is a survivor indeed, and as the field continues to dwindle, plenty of familiar faces are still here, including Day 4 chip leader Tony Dunst.
I like a man in a suit.
There's Day 3 leader James Carroll.
Hello, Maria.
Matt Affleck has just over 3.1 million.
I got nothing for you, Lon.
And current leader Joseph Chung.
Keep it up, Joe, and you'll be able to afford a whole closet full of hoodies.
But right now, the Mizrachis have taken over center stage in the Amazon room. Older brother Robert seated at table 2, along with Theo Tran and Rob Pisano. Over at the feature table, Michael Mizrachi, currently second in chips with nearly 5.7 million.
He started this World Series winning a bracelet, and if he were to end it by winning this bracelet, please.
Seated nearby is Peter Jetton, someone Michael has shared a World Series final table with.
They played the Pot Limit Omaha Championship final table in 08. Peter finished second, Michael finished third.
We played on the Omaha together, right? That was right?
Yeah, you came third. Yeah, you didn't remember that until
Yeah, no,
just
I
now?
wasn't 100% sure. I remember the face.
Well, if I saw my first wife sitting at a table, I'm not sure I would remember her face either.
Let's take a look at the chip leaders right now. Michael Mizrachi second behind Joseph Chung, followed by Rob Pisano and John Racner, who are both at table 2 tonight. Also plenty of notables in the field hoping to work their way up the charts, including Robert Mizrachi, who's getting short on chips with just 664,000. Michael Mizrachi well above the chip average of 1.8 million. The pressure cooker of day 6 continues. The blinds at 12 and 24,000. Pull it over to Peter Jedden on the Jack Link's Beef Jerky pocket cam. Ace 10 offsuit.
He was studying philosophy at the University of Ontario and decided, no, I'm better off playing poker.
A raise to 60,000 to 21-year-old Getty Mattingsley from Texas, ace 7.
He was studying radio, TV, and film at the University of Texas San Antonio and decided, no, I'm better off playing poker.
So Michael Mizrachi with another ace, ace 5 of diamonds.
He was skipping classes at Brown Community College in Florida and decided, nah, I'm better off playing poker.
He makes the call to the big blind, and we've had a run on aces. They're all gone. Ace 9 for Brock Bourne.
Bourne is so old, colleges have not been built yet.
2 of the aces are suited. A 4-way battle of the kickers. Here's the flop. 10 Jack Trey. Jetton pairs his 10. He's got the best hand. Mizrachi with a nut flush draw, and he checks.
For what it's worth, Lon, all these college dropouts should have stayed in college. You can always play poker, but first, a little education doesn't hurt.
Checked over to Mattingsley, and he checks. So a free turn card. 6 of spades, misses all 4. Jetton's still best. Bourne and Mattingsley drawing dead right now. Michael Mizrachi's going to try to buy it right here, 150,000.
Grinder had not bet his draw on the flop. Now he gets busy.
Bourne lays down his ace 9. Jetton
with a pair of 10s, ace kicker.
And he's going to make the call for 150.
Mattingsley wondering where it all went wrong.
Mattingsley folds, so we're heads up. Mizrachi and Jetton will see a river card. Deuce of hearts. Jetton earns the check mark. Mizrachi loves to fire out. And he will, 175,000.
Grinder knows betting here is likely his only chance to win this pot.
Peter Jetton with a pair of 10s makes the call, and he will take chips from the grinder.
Jetton, good read, nice call, fresh chips. Maybe one day his face will be on a button.
So Peter makes a withdrawal from one of the chip leaders. Jetton now over 2.7 million chips. And the grinder right now perhaps remembering why he finished one spot behind Jetton at that final table they shared a couple of years ago. Norman, it seems every year about this time we begin to marvel at someone making a remarkable main event run. Whether it's Harrington and Raymer going deep in back-to-back years or Ivy taking us on that thrilling journey last year, now Robert and Michael Mizrachi have everyone wondering if two siblings can conceivably make the final table.
Lon, you've heard of the Marx brothers and the Wright brothers?
Yes.
Morons. Sure, between them they've entertained millions and pioneered air travel, but that's nothing compared to what the Mizrachi brothers are doing here. Robert and Michael are redefining life as we know it. If they both make the November 9, forget stem cell research. I say we just cut both of them open and spread their gene pool everywhere for the good of the planet.
Oh, Mizrachi in every house. A scary proposition, Norman.
Are you the oldest brother?
Rob.
How long?
I'm second oldest, but Eric's my twin brother. He's 2 minutes younger.
Who started playing first?
What's this guy writing a book?
Rob and I at the same time. Maybe we're all playing gamble since we're babies.
Since they're babies, they were check raising in a bib?
Well, that practice paid off. All four brothers cashed at this year's main event. Eric and Donnie eliminated on day 4 and 5 respectively, but are here in the stands to support their brothers. Watching Robert at table 2 with 9-8 of hearts. He called a pre-flop raise of $53,000 against John Racner. He's sitting with ace-10 of spades.
Racner dropped out of Florida Southern. Mizrachi, like his brother, dropped out of Brown Community College. Too many dropouts, people.
All right, here's the flop. Heads up, Jack 10-7. Mizrachi hits the Jack high straight.
Who needs a college degree when you flop a straight?
Racner paired his 10. Mizrachi first to act. He'll sit on it. He's really defied the odds, hanging on as long as he has so far. Racner checks as well.
I graduated from the University of Maryland, and look where I am today.
Turn card is another 7. Mizrachi still ahead. Racner now with 2 pair, 10s and 7s.
It looks like Robert is open for business, and when he bets here, he'll be happy to get some business.
The short-stacked Mizrachi bets $112,000.
With his hand, I think Racner's going to be a customer who comes along.
These two are no strangers to each other. John is friends with Robert's brother Michael, and he makes the call. All right, river card now is a 10. Wow, Racner rivers a full house.
Oh, man, that card was a stink bomb left on the front porch of the Mizrachi home.
Oh, so Racner with the check mark. Mizrachi betting into him $215,000.
Robert bets most of his chips.
His brothers and sister-in-law Lily looking very anxious indeed.
Oh, they're useless up there.
Racner now with the raise. That's enough to put Mizrachi all in.
If Robert calls, he's gone. If he folds, he's got just 12 big blinds left. It's a conundrum, and he'd understand what I'm talking about if he had stayed in school.
Robert is committed. About half his stack already to this hand. Can he give it up?
What a tough spot for him. He flops a straight, and now his main event is on the line up against a guy who can't even wear a baseball cap properly.
And Robert does lay it down. And that's a smart fold in that situation.
Useless. They're useless up there.
So brutal, huh?
I had it.
Really? On the flop? Oh, you just had a 10. Ace 10 or something?
Good read.
So sick.
You flopped it?
Wow. So brutal.
Racner knocks Robert down to just $275,000. The clock is ticking, and Robert is running out of chips.
Playing poker, playing hockey, it's the same deal. It's about challenging your opponents, learning to make the right move at the right time. With over 10 million players, more tables, and more tournaments at every level than anyone else, learn for free at the world's largest poker site, PokerStars.com, and find the PokerStar in you.
The World Series of Poker, presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Main event.
Back at the Rio of the 7,319 players who began the main event, 121 still remain here on day 6, and not all of them are named Mizrachi. Right now, it looks like the last woman standing, Bree Zuckerman, is in trouble. She's all in with King 10 off, called by the pocket aces of Eric Baldwin.
Zuckerman looking for a lot of help.
Bree's in for her last $215,000. The flop is King 7-5. Zuckerman pairs her king. That's a good start.
She's still more than a 4-to-1 dog. Her first main event appears to be near an end.
A jack on the turn. No help to Zuckerman.
Breeze is going to need a king or a 10, or she's out of here.
River card is a queen, and Baldwin's aces knock out Breeze Zuckerman in 121st place, but she doesn't want to go.
Well, someone needs to tell her she's eliminated.
Breeze is a bit confused by the board. She thought she had a straight, but she'll go out in 121st place.
No, even with a college degree, sometimes you misread the board.
Eric Baldwin knocking off Breeze Zuckerman, who gets a nice round of applause here at the main event.
A very quiet 2010 for women at the World Series. No bracelets, and sadly, not many of them played in the main event.
Yeah, as you already mentioned, Norman, the ladies accounted for only about 3% of the main event field this year.
It's amazing that there's no. I find it unbelievable.
Yeah, there isn't more women in poker.
There's not more women in this. You know,
I think that in the next sort of 5 years, it'll get better and better every year.
You know, Lon, it hasn't gotten better yet, and there's just no easy explanation.
Well, Norman, perhaps that is a poker boom waiting to happen. Come on in, ladies. The water is fine. Action continues here at our feature table. Michael Mizrachi.
Do the Mizrachis have any sisters?
No, they don't. Michael folds. Over to Alex Kostritsin, a 25-year-old Russian poker pro with 8-6 off.
He attended Volgograd State University in Volgograd. I believe they are the Rambling Wreck.
He's going to try to steal it from the button. 60,000 is the raise to Randy Dorfman with 6-5 off in the small blind.
Formerly an options trader on the American Stock Exchange, my favorite stock exchange.
And he's going to try to re-steal with 6-5. Good read by Dorfman.
Yeah, Dorfman caught Kostritsin trying to steal from the button, so he's decided to steal it himself.
200,000 from Dorfman. Back to Alex.
How much you playing?
How much are you playing?
now 1.2.
1.2.
Alex has 8-6 off. This is his third straight main event cash. Maybe he does it by bullying people with 8-6 off.
Battle of wills now. Back to Kostritsin.
No raise.
And Kostritsin doesn't believe Dorfman. He announces re-raise.
He's going to 4-bet it with 8-6 off.
485,000.
Well, he's caught Dorfman trying to steal from the guy trying to steal. It's a fistful of Boko artists out there.
Dorfman can't stand the heat, and Alex Kostritsin will take that matchup.
They're playing poker, Lon. One day I'm going to try to play too.
So Kostritsin will win that duel between he and Dorfman, as Dorfman finally had to lay it down. All right, let's go out into the field where day 4 chip leader and the sartorially splendid Tony Dunst is comfortable with pocket aces after calling Ian Gordon's all in. Ian, of course, is doomed, Norman. He's got ace-queen.
Ian studied astrophysics at Washington State. I believe he was kicked out of school for repeatedly overplaying ace-queen.
All right, here's the flop. It is 5 queen, queen. Wow, defying the laws of nature.
When the best dressed guy has the best hand, he really should win. Ain't gonna happen.
So Gordon way ahead, going to the turn, deuce of diamonds.
Still the one queen, like, well, at least I get a sweat.
Only an ace knocks out Gordon.
Another deuce on the river, and Gordon with queens full will get to keep his chips and earn $1 million more from Dunst.
Gordon won his first bracelet this year in the 10K horse event. He'll stick around here.
Tony Dunst takes that sizable hit to his chip stack with grace. It's all part of a calm, cool manner that translates right down to his wardrobe.
I have to say, my dad started handing me like GQ and Esquire magazines when I was around 12 or 13 years old, and I grew up with a man crush on James Bond. I love suits. I find that a great part about wearing suits is that people kind of let you get away with whatever you want. Finally got one off here. I try and mix it up with the shirt and tie and pocket square combination so that no look is exactly the same. It's getting better and better all the time. If I final table the main event, I'd be tempted to wear a tuxedo. I want the call. I want the call. I don't think every poker player should be walking around in a suit. I advise people to wear the clothes that's comfortable to them. These are the ones I feel good about myself in, and that's how I roll.
Poker Hall of Famer Crandall Addington always played in a tie and a jacket. More recently, there was Marcel Lusk, and now the resplendent Tony Dunst.
Nearby, Filippo Candio, hoping his pocket aces hold up. He's all in against the pocket queens of Michael Skinder. A big pot, almost 3.5 million chips in the middle. Condio's tournament life on the line. Turn card is a 6. Candio with a better flush draw now, too.
Two explosive and emotional players ran into each other here with big stacks. If Skinder gets very lucky, he could have the biggest stack in the room. The German trying to send the Italian to the exit. Candio needs to dodge a queen to double up.
The river card is a 9.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Candio won it. Skinder quite excitable himself. He just made Condio one of the big stacks.
4 million! 4 million!
Benissimo, amico mio.
I'm sure Skinder understands Condio's outburst, not so sure about the tournament officials.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Condio apologizing for the outburst.
Skinder manages to smile despite losing 43% of his chips in that hand. Filippo Condio, though, does manage to stay alive in this main event and now has about 3.5 million chips. That's a lot of scatterol.
At Ultimate Bet, we constantly perfect and test our software to ensure it's the fastest, most advanced around. We consult with the best. So our tournament structure and player interface, rock like no other.
But there's one test that totally cleans up at the table. One test that truly defines the ultimate poker experience. Nice! Very nice!
The World Series of Poker, presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Main event.
Back at the Rio, Filippo Condio getting a penalty for his victory celebration.
You're going to get a 1 minute penalty for the celebration, okay? No, please. My boss told me to do this. How you can... Which penalty? The celebration penalty, the special, if you want to have penalty. I don't know this rules. It's the VAR card. How much? It's a real penalty money. You got a 1 round penalty. 1 round? Okay.
I respectfully disagree with the enforcement of this rule.
It's for me.
I don't like it. If you're abusive or you're taunting or it's some calculated choreographed celebration, sure, shut it down, penalize it. But I wouldn't penalize raw, spontaneous emotion.
Now, 1 round of penalties will cost Filippo $63,000 in blinds and antes. Meanwhile, over at table 2, Robert Mizrachi still smarting from his previous hand with John Racner. John's at it again, this time up against Pittsburgh pro Josh Brickus, who checked the flop with a king-high flush draw. Racner has top pair, and he checks. Turn card now. Queen of spades. Racner still ahead. Brickus picks up a gut shot. Brickus bets $75,000.
Brickus, you may recall, is getting married next month. It's tough. You've got the main event on your mind. You've got the bachelor party on your mind. It's too much.
Racner makes the call.
And Racner's just playing free and easy. He doesn't have to worry about wedding invitations.
River card is a jack that pairs both. Racner earns the check mark with jacks up.
Brickus missed his draw. You don't want to do that on your honeymoon.
He checks his 1 pair. Racner now with his 2 pair. He'll bet $238,000.
Right now, Brickus is thinking, should I call with just a pair of jacks? Do we want a buffet at the reception? Or should we go with a set menu?
Decisions. Brickus decides to make that call. And Racner will show him the best hand.
See, John Racner is playing with a clear head. Josh Brickus is worried about seating arrangements.
So Racner collects that pot of $771,000, and with that moves up the leaderboard. He's now 3rd in chips with nearly $5.3 million, all by himself as the top dog of table 2. But John is never truly alone when he plays the game he grew up on.
I've been dreaming about winning. This is what I've been dreaming about my whole life. So once I got towards the money, and I had a good stack, I was like, all right, this is my time. I'm going to do it. My dad would love to see this. Me and him used to always watch us on ESPN, watching all the guys go deep, the kids. He'd be like, that's going to be you, son. You love to compete. You love to play hard. It's going to be you. I know it is. He would be so excited right now. My dad had Alzheimer's disease. He passed away about a year ago. And my dad knows he's not here, but he's watching over me. He loves to see me do well. He's the one who taught me a lot about poker when I was younger, just playing gin rummy and stuff like that. That's where all this came from. It's a great feeling. And making the final table as the main event, that would just be unbelievable. And my goal is to be one of the best of all time, have one of the most top earnings, win a lot of bracelets, and when people see me, be like, that's John Racner. He knows how to play the game. Now I found myself here in the best spot possible. My dad would be so excited right now.
The 24-year-old appears to be on the way to meeting his goals. He has made a final table in each of the last 3 years at the World Series.
All right, Filippo Condio would like to be in the game right now. He still has a few hands to go in his 1 round penalty, though. Elsewhere, Jean-Robert Ballon, who has done a solid job of doubling his stack here on day 6 to nearly $2 million, is considering his next move. Jonathan Duhamel bet $118,000 after a flop of 4 king-jack.
Remember, Jean-Robert had his aces cracked by kings earlier on day 6. He's recovered nicely.
Ballon with a raise.
I raised 750 on drop.
Duhamel is going to re-raise 750 on top line with a French-Canadian accent. And Jean-Robert has removed his surgical glasses, which I believe means the procedure is over.
Well, that re-raise is something Ballon has been known to do, but can he continue here? He's going to lay it down to Duhamel. So Jonathan Duhamel's re-raise ends the drama. He'll take a bid off Jean-Robert.
And Jean-Robert with a modified Ushka look in Duhamel's direction.
Yeah, he hates what Duhamel just did, but he has to respect it.
I hope Jean-Robert is not connected.
Wait till next time, Monsieur Duhamel. Wait till next time. Time now for the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Wild Card Hand back at the feature table.
Why don't you just give me a blindfold and a cigarette and see how well I do?
Can't be much worse than you've been performing so far this season. Action over to Randy Dorfman, and he has the Jack Link's Wild Card Hand.
This is the guy who tried to bluff with 6-5 off, and you want me to guess what he's playing? He was an options trader. I just think they played loose.
This grizzled-looking poker veteran hanging with the young guns makes it $56,000.
Small pocket pair at best. You can pretty much define people's play by their profession: insurance claims adjusters, proctologists, diesel technicians, tight, aggressive.
Fold it over to the grinder in the big blind.
Keynesian economists, bounty hunters, waste management consultants, loose aggressive.
Ace queen for grinder.
I'll be nice. I won't repop you.
Don't be nice.
Oh, is someone looking for me?
Grinder makes the call. He'll go heads up against Dorfman. The flop is 9-8 queen. Ms. Rocky picks up a pair of queens, and he checks top pair. Dorfman now. That's just about half the pot, $76,000.
Trying to end the hand right now. I don't think he has much.
Grinder with a quick call.
For some reason, architects and lifeguards are tough to read.
8 of diamonds. Ms. Rocky now with queens up. And he bets $100,000.
I didn't expect Grinder to lead out, and just for 1/3 of the pot.
Dorfman now. Looks like he's sweating.
I once dated a Howard Johnson's waitress. Impossible to figure out. And I don't know what Randy Dorfman's thinking here. This worries me a bit. He's squirming. He's counting his chips. Maybe he's got a monster, and this is a horrific acting job we're watching.
He's still talking to himself, counting his chips again. But he makes the call.
Well, Dorfman's not calling with a small pocket pair. Maybe he flopped a straight draw, or maybe he does have a monster.
Tray of diamonds on the river, a third diamond out there. Action on the grinder. With queens up, that's $180,000.
Grinder thinks he has the best hand. Water quality analysts are tough to read, too.
All in.
All in from Dorfman. Read that, Norman.
I don't know. Could it be a bluff shove? Could the options trader be posturing for all his chips? You know, I think the answer is yes.
Dorfman trying to hide from Mizraki.
It's too much acting that hand.
That's a good point by Grinder. Dorfman took forever to call the turn.
You might just have quads there.
So Grinder, is it a monster or a monster play? It's a monster play.
Grinder with 2 pair.
Full.
And he's going to lay them down.
I would have called.
So Randy Dorfman will take that pot, shows a 9. He shows pocket 9s to win the Jack Link's Beef Jerky Wild Card Hand.
Boy, he had a full house.
Wow.
I might want to think about another line of work.
Randy Dorfman is stacking Ms. Rocky's chips.
You looked nervous. I don't know if it was fake nervous or real nervous.
No, I was very nervous.
Yeah, right.
I was, man.
You have a flush draw?
Nervous or excited? One of the two.
So it wasn't an act?
No, it was definitely not an act.
It was an act.
Let's put it this way. I did not want the call.
Oh, you wanted it.
Oh, you bluffed me.
Maybe.
I don't think Michael's convinced one way or another, but I guarantee he's itching to get another shot at Randy Dorfman.
Hello, beautiful. Oh, yeah.
No one to play with. So play online at partypoker.com. It's fun, it's easy, it's the world's largest poker room.
He folded?
The most prestigious prize in poker, the bracelets. Presented by the official WSOP game on Facebook. Play online now.
The final table of the 10K 7-card stud world championship was loaded with talent, including the final two from this year's Players' Championship. Champion Michael Mizrachi and runner-up Vladimir Shimolev. Shimolev made his exit in 7th place, while the grinder finished 6th. Ultimately, the heads-up battle came down to Brandon Adams looking for his first World Series bracelet and Men the Master seeking his 7th.
Keep it, baby.
In the end, the Master prevailed. Men win outlasted 149 players to take home nearly $400,000 while adding yet another piece of jewelry to his extensive collection.
Men the Master now tied for 7th with Billy Baxter on the all-time bracelet list, and he's 2nd to Phil Hellmuth all-time for World Series cashes.
Back to the feature table where reaction to that last hand is still bubbling.
Wait, I gotta put my glasses on because Mike's already staring at me.
I'm already upset that you bluffed me.
I did not. I had a hand. I don't know if I had the best hand, but I had
Ace Queen.
There you go. Dorfman knows he was not bluffing Grinder.
Maybe it was a bad fold.
It was a good fold.
All right, let's move on, Grinder. Action over on Peter Jetton. Jetton looks down at Queen 9 of clubs.
Like John Racner, Peter Jedden has made a final table in each of the last 3 World Series.
From under the gun +2, a raise to 60,000. Mizrachi now. 7-6 of hearts.
Lon, you know why I walk around scratching my head all day?
Why's that?
Because I can't believe what these Mizrachis are doing at this World Series and at the main event. It's a head scratcher.
From the cutoff seat, Mizrachi called. Brock Bourne on the button with aces.
Aces on the button, and 2 pretenders in front of him. Hallelujah.
Pretender number 1, Peter Jetton with Queen 9. Mizrachi with 7-6. Bourne re-raises to 150. Now to Dorfman. He'll sit this one out. So back to Jetton now.
I don't know what Jetton's thinking.
You still have a hand?
Yeah, he's thinking.
Oh, I can't see it.
Peter Jetton, wow, he's really stepping into it, Norman. A re-raise to 400,000.
And Grinder's thinking, I like the size of the pot already. Maybe Bourne was stealing from the button, and now Jetton's trying to steal it from him, so maybe I can steal it.
And Mizrachi will lay it down.
Good decision.
So Bourne now with the aces.
And Brock Bourne is driving this train.
He's going to repop. It's 750 back at you, Peter.
That's a 5 bet, and Peter Jedden is left with memories of the 400,000 chips he had a few moments ago that will be finding a new home.
Peter Jetton now just trying to save a little face.
Let them go, Peter. Those chips will be happy in seat 8.
Peter Jetton. The pro lays it down.
They're playing poker, Lon. And sometimes it helps to have cards to play.
So Bourne wins it without a flop. Players tell me they're nervous playing aces, so Bourne is probably thrilled with the way that all played out. Jetton takes the 400,000 chip hit, leaving him with about 2.3 million. Out in the field, the rich are getting richer. 21-year-old Michael Wyrot concedes a sizable pot to chip leader Joseph Chung, who's sitting with over 5.5 million chips.
Chung won a World Series circuit ring earlier this year, and this is his 3rd cash at this World Series.
Chung right now in a very comfortable position. Out in the field, it looks like Filippo Candio's wait is finally over.
Sorry, guys.
His 1-round penalty has expired. He's free to start playing again.
Well, Filippo apologized before the penalty. Now he's apologized after the penalty. I think Mr. Candio just has youthful exuberance.
No doubt he will be a bit more subdued out at that table. Meanwhile, the player who knocked out poker icon Dan Harrington has a big decision to make.
I thought that might have been coming.
Massachusetts native Ronnie Barta just got raised all in by Jeff Banghart. Barta with queens ups, Banghart bluffing with king high.
Barta, a 27-year-old pro. Banghart, a 48-year-old Nebraska business owner making his 2nd deep main event run.
Why 4-bet me pre-flop and lose me, right?
Banghart trying to bluff Barta off a big hand.
I call.
Barta calls.
Call.
Barta makes the right read for all his chips, and now is in great position to double up.
Coming out.
Turn card now. 5 of hearts, no help to Banghart.
Barta just needs to dodge a king to stick around.
River card is another 5, and Barta wins it with queens up.
We got.
Well, he's got over 1.8 million thanks to you, Jeff Banghart. So Barta moves into positive territory on the day, up over 300,000, but it pales in comparison to the players who have had the biggest gains today. As we take a look at the tournament ticker brought to you by FullTiltPoker.net, chip leader Joseph Chung has made a huge amount of progress today. John Racner is up over 3 million, and so far Michael Mizrachi has the day's biggest gains. But the Mizrachi family historic run is in peril at the moment. Robert has only 204,000 chips. Just 8 big blinds left for the eldest Mizrachi. Now to Robert's friend and tablemate Theo Tran, who just moved all in for his last 170,000 with ace-9 off. Action over now to John Racner in the cutoff seat. Racner makes the call to put Theo at risk with pocket deuces.
Tran and Racner are good friends. Racner looking to send his buddy home.
Here's the flop. 4 King 10. Racner's smallest pocket pair still ahead.
I believe Theo covers his mouth so he doesn't yell out Yahtzee inadvertently.
Turn card. Another 4 pairs the board. That does give Theo some additional outs.
Racner still in good shape to knock out his buddy. Theo Tran needs an ace, king, 10, or 9, or his main event is over.
And here's the river card. Will it be Theo Tran's last? No! A 10 on the river. So Tran with 4s and 10s with the ace kicker will survive.
I think that's the second time on day 6 we've seen Theo down to his last card.
Like his buddy Robert Mizrachi, Theo hangs tough here on day 6. Well, you call with deuces, you take your chances. An inexpensive payoff for John Racner, who still has over 5 million.
Please be good to me. It's not you, it's me. Good luck to you. Good luck to me.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Go, John Robert.
it's time time.
Good lay down. Excellent lay down. Awesome lay down. Tom, hip to you. Hip to you.
You say,
Yeah! Ooh, yes! Just gonna glide into tomorrow.
John Robert is finding that today is not a good day for gliding.
I don't think I can pull. I was on a move, bro.
Jose Manuel Nadal shoved with ace-king. Balan with suited jack-5.
I was on a move. It's embarrassing, but I gotta turn it
So
over.
Balan makes the call for 94,000 more.
Balan was on a move. Maybe this is his chance to pay back Nadal for cracking his aces earlier on day 6.
Turn over to ace king. That's the best I can hope for when I've got jack 5.
All right, Nadal at risk.
Only like a 3-2 dog.
Just a little more than 3-2.
Balan trying to knock him off. Here's the flop. It is king, Trey king, a good flop for ace king all in.
And now Jean Robert is quite a bit more than a 3-2 dog.
Third card is a 7. That will end it. Balan drawing dead. Nadal doubles to 510,000.
94, right? 94?
Every beat feels like a bad beat to Jean Robert.
Balan knows he painted himself into a corner.
The 23-year-old Mexican student has what almost everyone in the poker world wants, Jean Robert's chips. I love to hate him, Lon, but some days I just love him.
Elsewhere, Filippo Candio finally back in action. He and his wall of chips just saw a flop of 4 deuce 5, along with Minnesota poker pro Jason Sentai, who bet 70,000 before Candio check raised to 230.
Sentai, 28 years old, good friends with Phil Galfond.
I guess I put myself in a dumb spot there. Cool.
Sentai lays it down to Candio.
A silent Filippo Candio takes in chips.
Picks up where he left off before his penalty. Meanwhile, day 3, chip leader James Carroll flopped a straight flush draw, but he still needs to improve against his opponent, Pierre Canali, and his pocket aces. Canali is checked.
Canali used to be a salsa instructor.
Carroll bets Canali all in, and Pierre Canali calls to put his tournament life at risk.
Carroll with the straight flush draw.
7 of clubs for Carroll would hit that straight flush turn card now with Canali at risk. It's a 10 of diamonds. Canali ahead, but Carroll paired his 10.
Carroll still with a Ferris wheel of outs to knock out Canali. A 7-9 tenor jack or any club.
The river card is an ace of spades, and Canali with a set of aces doubles up through James Carroll. So Carroll, the local poker pro, is knocked down to under 2.4 million. For Pierre Canali, well, chips and salsa do go together. The French poker pro up to almost 2.5 million. All right, let's get back to the feature table. Everyone in the room looking to accumulate chips.
All right, guys, who wants to double up?
Double up. Take a courtesy double up.
I want one too, but I can't get one. Yeah, you can't even get one. It's always nice when it's impossible to double up.
Grinder with the biggest stack at this table, the 3rd largest in the Rio poker room. Action on Getty Mattingsley, the 21-year-old from San Antonio on the Jack Link's beef jerky pocket cam, sees 8-7.
21 and 4 cashes at this his first World Series.
A raise to $53,000 from Mattingsley.
How did they get so good so young?
Mizuraki, ace 10.
Grinder, of course, apparently started playing when he was in the crib.
I gotta get some chips back.
He re-raises to $150,000 to his nemesis, Randy Dorfman. With 1 king, pocket kings for Dorfman.
Grinder said he wanted to get some chips back. He's about to give some more chips away.
Raise.
Dorfman says re-raise from the small blind. All in. That's over $1.8 million.
That should clear out the shoe clerks and crumb bums.
Mattingsley among them? Yes, he's going to lay it down. Now to Mizuraki.
And Grinder is frustrated with 1 Randy Dorfman.
Michael's not going to give up anything easily.
Go back to the other table, please. Everybody wants to be a hero on this table.
Some heroes have pocket kings.
The ones who have ace 10 lay it down.
Dorfman didn't get the memo that this is the year of the Mizrakis.
Getting those chips in the middle.
Dorfman has picked the right spots to do it, while Michael's been the unfortunate victim twice to Dorfman's aggression, and that does not sit well at all with the Grinder. Time for Straight from the Pros, brought to you by PokerStars.net. In order to become a world champion, you have to learn a lot along the way. In the 2009 main event, Joe Catta was the perfect student against Nick Maimoni.
I decided to make my standard open, make it 2.5 times big blind. Maimoni called in position with 9s.
King, 6, queen, 2 hearts.
It's a great flop for my hand. I'm never really folding with the ace-high flush draw. A continuation bet, and Nick just decided to call.
Turn card 8 of hearts. Catta hits the nut flush.
At this point, I'm deciding, okay, would it be better to bet here or would it be better to check here? And I started thinking about all the hands he could have. I figured he's going to bet 2, so what's the point of me betting? And kind of disguise my hand a little bit.
Check.
1.2. He bets and I call.
The river card.
Check.
And I checked again, hoping he would bet. I think if he had a complete air bluff or if he had a flush, even if he had a king, I think he value bets the river.
Maimoni checks back.
When I saw him check the river, I was just praying he didn't have like a king-jack type hand and, got scared and checked and I lost value. But I was happy when I saw the 9s there.
Oh!
So I think I liked how I played the hand.
Back inside to Rio, it's a long road to the final table, and for some it might be getting even longer. One-time chip leader David Asseline has David Baker all in.
I have 9-10 of diamonds versus the ace and the jack.
He plays and he announces.
And he's very accurate. Baker at risk. Here's the flop. 8-9 queen, both players with a gut shot. Baker now leads with a pair of 9s.
I got to dive to 10 or an ace.
Thanks, buddy, for doing my job.
Another 8.
I still got to dive to 10 or an ace.
Thanks again. I have no purpose here.
Exactly. All right, now the river card. Baker all in. It's a 4, and with 2 pair, he'll keep his job as poker player for the time being.
Baker doubles up. And Lana, I just gave 2 weeks' notice.
Baker doubles up to almost $500,000, way below chip average, while Asseline drops down to just over 1 million chips. Back to Tony Dunst, whose pre-flop raise was called by Ian Gordon. They both saw a flop of Trey 4.
I wouldn't mind seeing Dunst in a double-breasted roll black pinstripe.
Tony Dunst does bet $100,000 into Gordon, who reaches for 20 orange chips and makes the call.
I don't see how Gordon can make that call wearing what he's wearing.
Deuce on the turn. Dunst now with $230,000. Gordon sits a little uneasily now, but he does make the call.
I don't even know if Gordon is wearing pants.
All right, river card is another 4. Tony Dunst now checks it.
Uh-oh. GQ has slowed down.
3. Gordon bets $300,000 and Dunst with an insta-fold.
Maybe Tony Dunst has to start dressing down. I know I can help him there.
Not a pocket ace, I'll say that. That's as far as I'm going with it. Not a pocket ace.
Well, it didn't matter to Tony, who apparently missed his hand and had to muck. Dunst getting short, now below 1 million. Just 116 players remain in the hunt for the World Championship bracelet, the only one that trumps that Players Championship bracelet on Mizraki's wrist.
And Grinder looking to win the Poker Players Championship and the main event in the same year.
Grinder, did that bracelet ever come off or no?
Oh, yeah. They told me to be proud of it, so I'm wearing it.
I like it. I would too.
Hey, I carry my divorce papers everywhere I go.
Action on Dewey Lay, a 27-year-old from San Francisco who quit law school to pursue a career in poker.
We don't need any more lawyers.
A raise to $60,000 with King 10 of diamonds to Chris Bolt, 26-year-old.
Graduated from Middle Tennessee State University. That's fine by me.
A 7 and a re-raise to $200,000.
Big re-raise with the weak ace.
How much you playing?
1.4.
And you got about.
Michael Mizrachi scoping out his opponent's chip stacks. Ace-King in the small blind.
I raise.
He announces a re-raise.
A legitimate 4-bet. I didn't know that was still in the playbook here.
He makes it $700,000. Brock Bourne in the big blind. Folds. Dewey Lay gets out of the way.
You have me covered.
Bolt knows he is easily out-chipped by Grinder.
It's always a bad feeling when you raise somebody. You re-raise somebody, somebody re-raises you.
Unless
what?
Unless you have a big hand.
Oh, a big hand.
And you like it.
I like every hand. I have a wide range.
I'm aware.
Grinder does have a wide range, but he does indeed have a big hand here.
And Bolt will lay his weak ace down. Mizrachi with the strongest of aces takes that pot.
Lon, have I given us a Mizrachi Palooza continues lately?
Not lately.
Mizrachi Palooza continues.
Grinder gets a few chips back, and you can see in the white t-shirt Michael's twin brother Eric up on the platform, where he can go back and forth and watch both Michael and Robert, who's at table 2. Robert getting very short on chips under 200,000. Ace 10 of hearts.
Yeah, no Mizrachi Palooza over here. Robert down to 8 big blinds.
And they're all in the middle now.
Robert's been short stacked for quite a while.
So from first position, Mizrachi pushes Reisner with a weak ace. And he will not call. To the cutoff position, Josua Sovajo with ace-king.
A former StarCraft player.
This has disaster written all over it for Robert. He makes the call. Robert Mizrachi at risk. The rest of the table folds, so it will be Mizrachi heads up against Sovajo.
Robert Mizrachi dominated. He'll need help, or he'll be the third brother to the rail.
And the other 2 brothers that have been knocked out are watching on closely with Michael's wife, Lily.
They're useless. What a World Series for Robert. 6 cashes, 3 final tables.
And Robert trying to find something in the flop. It is 7 jack tray, no hearts. Mizrachi gets no help.
And the door closing on Robert Mizrachi's sparkling 2010 World Series.
Sovajo knocked out Phil Galfond. He's prepared to do the same to Robert Mizrachi. Turn card now. Is a 6 of spades, and the Mizrachi main event family affair is just a river card away from being a one-man show.
The least they could do is get the car started. Robert needs a non-spade 10 or his main event is over.
The river card now is a 9, and Sovajo with his ace-king ends a tremendous World Series for Robert Mizrachi.
It's remarkable, Lon. In a sea of 7,000-plus entrants, 4 brothers survived to the money. They have set a sibling standard for all future large families to shoot for. Good luck.
And the word spreads quickly. So the historic Mizrachi Family Fest will put its hopes and dreams on the shoulders of Michael now. Brother Robert out in 116th place of the 2010 main event.
So tonight, they're good no matter what, man. Still got Grinder in there.
Robert Mizrachi on the rail now, and Brother Michael will fly solo in this main event as his march towards history moves on.
We play because poker's not a scratch-off ticket, a half-court jumper, or a knock on wood. It's no game of luck, poker. It's a game of patience and well-timed aggression. We know when we play, a little luck helps. But luck can't explain why final tables have so many familiar faces. We play at FullTiltPoker.com.
Jack.
Back at the Rio, 110 players remain in this main event. The chip average just shy of $2 million, and Joseph Chung is still the chip leader with $5.3 million. At table 2, both Theo Tran with Ace Jack and Ben Strati holding pocket nines are at risk. Rob Pisano with 8-7 of spades has them covered.
I like my chances. I'm pretty.
Pisano's got a 1 in 5 chance to knock the two others out. Tran has Strati covered, and maybe Theo Tran is covering his mouth as a good luck charm.
All right, so 2 players at risk. The flop, Trey 4-6. Strati's pocket nines are still ahead. Wow. Tran got no help. Pisano picked up a gut shot.
Pisano looks like he expects to win, and if he gets lucky, he will get a double knockout.
All right, the turn card now. And a pair of aces for Tran to grab the lead. For Strati, he's staring elimination in the face.
Like, I'm not going to hit a 5-0 on the river. Like, come on.
Strati needs a 9 or he's gone. If Pisano rivers a 5, Strati and Tran both are busted.
The river card is an 8, and Tran will win the hand and almost triple up to over $1.1 million, while Ben Strati eliminated in 110th place.
Theo Tran seems like he's got 9 lives at this main event.
I thought ace have to come. I went on a side putt.
You've been running really bad today. You know that? You're running so bad today. This guy. Like, is this guy serious?
Enjoy your chips. Don't be about it.
I'm being a about it. Like, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious? All day you've been complaining.
I was complaining? I was saying 5. That's it. Apparently saying 5's complaining. Ian, you hear that? If I call for a 5, I'm complaining.
Everyone a bit on edge.
I don't want to get into it. I'm just not going to talk.
Well, the stakes keep rising, tensions keep mounting, and, well, poker players can be a prickly lot.
Back over to the feature table where the Mizrachi cheering section has grown by 1 with the recent elimination of Robert.
It's a tight-knit family. They stick together. Even when one of them goes to get an oil change, they all sit in that little Jiffy Lube waiting room.
They're all here to cheer on the big stack of Brother Michael.
You win Player of the Year still?
If I win the tournament.
Did you win this tournament?
I chop it with Frank.
You really? That's pretty funny.
That's a bad.
Well,
yeah, it's funny. He goes to me, if you win the main event, I don't even want it. I don't deserve it.
What's the chances he's going to win the main event, but he's still here?
It'll be cool. I'll take the win the main event. He can't Player of the Year.
Yeah, right.
Michael trying to catch Frank Casella as Player of the Year. Mizrachi looks down at Jack 10 of spades.
It's somewhat a walk.
Now raised to 80,000. The blinds are up to 15 and 30,000. Folded over to Matthew Schreiber, 27-year-old from Laguna Niguel, California. Ace-7 of diamonds, and he's all in.
He's a commercial realtor, and all his chips now in the middle.
All right, I call.
Almost 300,000 more for Michael.
Hope you have a pair, a small pair.
No pair.
10 jack of spades.
Yes, I'm ahead.
Schreiber trying to double up his small stack. Michael's wife, Lily, always looks worried.
The pressure's on.
All right, here's the flop now. It's 7-6-10. Schreiber pairs his 7, but Mizrachi catches 10s.
And Grinder now close to sending the 27-year-old to the exit.
It's not looking good.
It's not over to me.
Pull the car around.
Turn card 5 of clubs. No help to Schreiber.
Schreiber needs an ace or a 7 or he's gone.
The river card's another 5, and Michael Mizrachi with a better 2-pair eliminates Matthew Schreiber in 107th place. He wins over 57,000.
We lose all the good-looking ones before we get to know them.
I guess Brother Robert's a good luck charm to Michael.
There's more money. Woo.
The new chip leader is the last Mizrachi standing, Michael Mizrachi.
So my goal is 10 before the day starts.
Really?
Yeah.
God, sick goal. Sicker that you might get there.
10 million is a lofty goal, but who can doubt the Grinder now? The final 100 of the main event approaches as day 6 rolls on. For Norman Chad, I'm Lon McCarran. Stick around. The 2010 World Series of Poker continues.